Hey everybody, Miguel Maravilla from FightNews.com and SouthernCaliforniaBoxing.com. It is Tuesday, June 16th. We just have some interesting things to talk about. We, we just yesterday we found out that more drama between lightweight Ryan Garcia and promoter Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. As of course, the buzz was that Garcia was slated to headline 4th of July card from Fantasy Springs on the zone. Uh, that, never developed, was in the process. However, from what is being mentioned is pretty much, Ryan balked at the offer they gave him. He pretty much took it as an insult, didn't like what he was being offered. The numbers I believe were 200,000 that he was reportedly offered, and he wanted too much. There's a talk that he wanted minimum 250, but then he doubled it to 5,000. So you know, what did that make Golden Boy Promotions? Basically, just hey, well, we'll just move on and we'll go with somebody else to headline. And of course, the tweet sent out yesterday, you had the tweet in which De La Hoya sent out, and it was due to Team King Ryan's decision to not accept a 4th of July bout. We will now return in late July with the future of boxing, Virgil Ortiz. More exciting details to follow at Golden Boy Boxing. So that's like, all right, you don't want to fight, you don't want to accept our terms, and we'll move on. And of course, you have Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz, of course, is a great talent. He's not the social media Instagram sensation that Ryan is. However, when it comes to boxing, when it comes to Virgil Ortiz is the real deal. So if you're Golden Boy, you're gonna do what's best for your team, for your company. If you're Ryan Garcia, you're doing what's best for you at the end of the day. Garcia also has to understand that right now, it's you have the COVID-19 pandemic, you have the money that he wants. It's not there. You're first of all, you're not going to have a sellout crowd. You're not going to have all the young crowd there to cheer you up to pay that money to see you fight in an arena. And then second of all, it's just a no-brainer. It's like, come on, where do you expect Golden Boy? Where do you expect all this money to come from, especially in the time right now. Right now boxing's slowly starting to come back. So hey, it's in his best interest. It's in Ryan's best interest. So he decides this isn't enough. I want more money. Golden Boy basically, it's like okay, well, we'll see what we have for you later on down the line. But this isn't over yet. This is sure this is gonna get messy. You know, Garcia last September was in a similar situation where he wasn't happy. He wanted more cash. He wanted, obviously the big fat contract. And then after, you know, setting aside their differences and so forth, Golden Boy went ahead and signed Garcia. But now we're back to square one again, where both sides are not on the same page. Right now, it looks like Golden Boy's gonna have to do what they want to do, but it just doesn't look good for both sides, in my opinion. Both need each other. That's the way it is. We just hope the best. We hope the things get worked out, and Ryan comes back to the ring as soon as possible. And it's unfortunate that that fight with Linares couldn't shape up. Not because of contract purposes, Rob, but being travel restrictions and from abroad and so forth, it just made this difficult you know to develop. So, in my opinion, that would have been a pretty tough matchup for Ryan. You have Jorge Linares, who is a world class fighter. Yes, he's you know I don't want to say past his prime, but he's seen better days. Yes, and for Garcia and Golden Boy, they're looking at it as an opportunity to see where Ryan stands. Uh, I don't think a defeat at the hands of a Jorge Linares would be bad for his career at all. However, nowadays a fighter has to be undefeated to be worthy. That's just the mantra. That's the way it is. Nothing. There's nothing bad about a one defeat. There really isn't. Some of the best fighters have been defeated, have gone on to overcome, to avenge them defeats, and so forth, and become Hall of Famers and become great champions. But nowadays, everybody wants the up and coming guy to be undefeated. But you know that's this is boxing. Not everyone could be a matchmaker. You're gonna have to take the fights that you have to. So you know, tough luck. But in terms of Ryan, I'm sure Ryan will be back later this year. But this is gonna turn pretty messy if you know let's say Golden Boy you know doesn't give in, or let's say Ryan just decides to say, hey, forget this. So we haven't seen the end of this, so we shall see what transpires in the future. But for the time being, get set for Virgil Ortiz to take on an opponent to be determined. We shall see.